Welcome to Warrior Cooking. So I've got the Boundless Voyage stove out today, so I'm going to do a bit of cooking with that. And I've got some pita breads, some bacon, mushrooms. I've got a bit of ready cooked chicken and a couple of bits of pepper. So I am doing fully loaded pittas today, and I've got some garlic and herb sauce to put in them as well. And I've got a little helper out here with me today, but as you can see, he is fast asleep. But I bet he wakes up in a minute as soon as he starts smelling that bacon cooking. So let's go over to the stove and fire up the Boundless Voyage. So I'll just move my frying pan off the top of it a minute so it can breathe. Get me lighter and let's fire up the Boundless Voyage. Now with this one, it's a really good stove, but it doesn't fire into life as quick as like Tom's Shoe or the one Tigress. Sometimes it struggles to light this one. It's a good stove once it gets going, and it's easy to keep going this one, because it's quite big. There's enough room in there for a lot of fuel, so you just keep loading this one up and it keeps burning good, this Boundless Voyage. And look, I said sometimes it struggled, and then today that has gone up lovely, but on another day it will struggle. And look, he's up now, smelling the old stove. He knows that when this stove kicks into life, that means food. And it has kicked into life good today. Look at that, Boundless Voyage has gone up really nice. So that's ready to start cooking on now. So I just put my frying pan on, and I shall chop up my peppers first and throw them into the frying pan. And I've got a nice knife with me today. Look at that, that is a vintage knife, full tang. It's made in Japan. It's got its original leather sheath. It's a really nice knife, this is. It is quite old, and it's made by a company called Kashnar. So it is a really collectible knife, this one. I have got a bit of a knife collection, but I do use them all. I use them for doing this bit of cooking and that, because there's no point having them if you're not going to use them. So I've got with me today a bit of yellow pepper and a bit of green pepper. I'm just going to chop them up into little small pieces and get them frying on first, because I like the peppers when they've cooked for quite a long time in the frying pan. And it is sharp, this knife. This knife really holds a good edge, because it is so sharp at the minute, and I haven't sharpened it for ages. You get a modern knife, they won't hold an edge like this one. Back in the day, Japan definitely knew how to make a knife. So that's my peppers all chopped up. Let's throw them into the frying pan, get them cooking away. Just chuck the last few bits in now. Give them a little stir around. Move them over to one side, make room for my bacon, and I shall put the bacon in now. So let's have a little check on the stove. Yeah, that needs a few more twigs in it. So let's just load Boundless Voyage up with a few more twigs, keep him going, because the last thing you want when you are cooking is your twig stove going out. Get another one in now, that'll do for the minute. And them lot will catch light and that'll keep this stove burning for another 5 minutes. They do get through a lot of twigs, these stoves, so if you start cooking with one, make sure you got a big pile of twigs with you, because it's amazing how many they use. So that lot's cooking away nicely. The stove is going good. So let's chop up my mushrooms and throw them in the pan. So I've just got 2 mushrooms with me today. And I'm not sure how much these pita breads are going to hold. I haven't had these Warburton's ones before. So I don't know if I'm doing too much to put in them or not enough. We shall find out at the end. So it's chopping the mushroom up into little bits. And look at that knife, old as the hills, sharp as a razor. They really don't make them like this anymore. You get a modern knife now, they are really sharp, they're as sharp as this, but they don't hold an edge like these old ones do. So let's get me mushrooms up into the pan, get them cooking. And what I'm going to do is chop the bacon up into small pieces and then throw it back in the frying pan. Give that a little stir around. And I want to try and get the bacon a little bit crispy, because it'd be nice, won't it, with crispy bacon in these pittas. And yeah, look, that's cooking away nicely. That's how I want it, nice and crispy that'll be. So let's just split them rashers up a little bit so they're not laying on top of each other. And what I'm going to do is take the rashers out and then I shall chop them up on the chopping board and throw them back in. If I had my cast iron frying pan out here, I would have chopped them up in the pan, but this one is not cast iron. So just slice the bacon up into little bits. Now you could chop the bacon up before you put it in the pan, but I find it easier to do it like this. Chop it up into nice little bits. Yeah, there's one rasher chopped up. Let's get another one out. Same again, chop this one up. Now you don't have to chop your bacon up, you could just leave it rashers if you wanted to. I'm just chopping it up because I think where it's going in these pittas, it'd be nicer if everything's all mixed up together. Get all them flavours mixed round. So let's get this last rasher out. Chop this one up. That's it, bacon all chopped up. Throw that bit back in because a little twig fell out the stove. And let's put the bacon back into the frying pan. Give that lot a little stir around. Mix it all together. Because all I've got to do now is add my chicken to that and then chop my bit of cheese up. So let's get my pot of chicken and we put that in now. Now this is ready cooked chicken because I cooked myself a chicken last night indoors, so I had some left over, so I'll use it up today. And I do that a lot. I buy a big chicken, cook it, and then I'll have a roast chicken dinner that night and then save some, and the next couple of days I can use chicken in other dishes. So I always do get my money's worth out of a chicken when I cook one. And I like chicken as well, so that's why I cook chicken a lot. So I'm just breaking the chicken up into little tiny pieces. And that really will be a good combination of flavours in there. Bacon, chicken, mushrooms and peppers, they really work well together, them four. Especially with a bit of garlic sauce on it. So I'm just going to wash my hands because I've been handling the chicken. Yeah, so what I might do one with garlic sauce and do one plain. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do today. Mix it up a little bit. One with sauce, one without. So let's just mix all that lot together. Get all them flavours mixed up nicely. And look at that lot in there, tasty. So let's get me pita breads out and look, nice yellow ticket pittas. So I'm not sure if these Warburton's ones are already cut or you've got to cut them yourself. Because some are cut and some aren't, innit, with these pita breads. So are they ready cut or have you got to cut them? No, I think you've got to cut these ones. They're not ready cut. No, you've got to slice them. So let's get me knife. Nice and carefully. Get it in there. Cut the little pockets open. Oh, this is where it can all go wrong, innit? Because you cut the pita bread wrong and then everything falls out. That one was a success, though. See if I can do this one as good as that one. Yeah, that's alright. Both pittas successfully cut open. So I've got a little bit of cheese with me to cut up because I'm going to put that on top of the pittas right at the end. And this is a bit of English mature cheddar, so it'll be tasty in the top of these pittas. See, I'm only going to chop that up like that. Right, so let's get my pittas back over, and what I'm going to do is use my 2 pots to stand the pita bread up in. If it's going to work, yeah, that'll work alright, I think. Because otherwise it's hard to load these pittas, isn't it? They keep falling over. So let's just start loading them up. So I shall do this first one without any sauce, and then I should do the second one with garlic and herb sauce. So just keep loading it up, and you know, you lot at home watching this, you know these are going to be tasty. It's a good one for you to do. Get your twig stove out, get a few bits, buy some pittas, and out you go. Make yourself some tasty pittas. Bit of cheese on top. Yeah, these are going to be really nice. I do like the pittas. I haven't had them for a little while. And I've got 2 left, so I shall do 2 more tomorrow. But I don't know what I shall put in them yet. I shall think of something nice and tasty to put in them. Yeah, look at that. That's a good pitta. Nice. Get that on my little plate. There you go. 1 pitta successfully made. So let's hope this second one comes out as nice as that one. Get some more bits out of the pan. Load it up. Probably going to end up with a bit more in this one than the first one. Yeah, let's get some sauce in that. Hellman's garlic and herb sauce. This is a nice sauce. If I can get any out, there you go. Right, so give it a nice squirt of sauce in there. Then I shall load some more stuff on top of it. And then give it another squirt of sauce. So let's get another spatula full out of the frying pan. Load it in. Oh, that wasn't a bad measurement actually. That was guesswork, but I probably have got halvesy in them. Maybe this one has got a tiny little bit more in it than that other one. It does look a bit fatter, this one. But I think next time I do these pittas, you could actually get a bit more into these. So next time when I use these Warburton's ones, I shall make even more to load them right up. So another nice squirt of garlic and herb sauce in there. And you could have whatever sauce you like in these, couldn't you? Mayonnaise would work, chilli sauce would be nice in them. You put whatever sauce you like in them. A bit of piri mayo would be nice in these. I like that piri mayo. And reggae sauce would have worked, because I like the reggae sauce as well. So there you go. Second pitta loaded. That one was a success as well. So let's get it down on my plate. And there you have it, look. I shall bring it up here. 2 fully loaded pittas, warrior style, with bacon, chicken, peppers and mushrooms and cheese. 1 with no sauce and 1 with a load of garlic and herb mayonnaise. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe so you can join me again. And go on, what you waiting for? Get your twig stove out, or your gas stove, or your trangia, or even your barbecue, and get outside and cook yourself some tasty warrior style pittas.